Hi my loves, I am finally giving you guys part 2 of the Lil Peep documentary. Like always, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for engagement. If you haven't watched my previous video, my audio is gonna sound just not like it's on a mic because it's not being recorded on a mic. My mic is broken. I need to get a new one, so for now you guys are just gonna have to deal with the iPhone quality audio, but it could be worse. It could be a droid. So anyways, lovies, we are going to get right into it.
That he thought were cool and that he liked. He said, look at this kid. I can only describe it as an obsession. I was obsessed with this, like, 19-year-old boy.
How did this lady find him? Like, no disrespect at all, but she seems like, you know, like a middle-aged white Australian lady. Obviously, I'm assuming she's like a music producer of some sort, but like, oh, anyways. Oh, it's a lonely world, I know. Gonna get a lonely girl, that's for sure. Oh, I'm a lonely boy, she made a lonely boy, yeah.
And I asked him actually, there was at one of these early meetings, I said, how big do you want to be? How far do you want to go? I said, do you want to play stadiums? And he said, yeah, I want to play stadiums. And I said, well, I think I can help.
We lose Peep. I call him, he doesn't answer. Sarah can't get a hold of him. Nobody knows where he is.
I had this it was like daily dialogue. Like, where is he? What's he doing? What do you mean you don't know? What do you mean he's not answering?
He was bouncing around a lot. He stayed there in Whittier sometimes, and shortly after that, or right around the same time, they got the loss in Skid Row, which was, I think, Nedarv's place.
We just all came up with the money. Derek was selling magic cards. That's how he used to make money. Like buying and reselling magic cards and shit. So then I was a dishwasher. He was a magic card seller. And then Peep was just like, oh, I remember we were $500 away from getting this spot. So me and Peep, he had this song that you can find online called Mud on My Gucci or some shit like that. We sold it for $500, and then we just used that for the rest of the rent. And then we just split that rent 5 ways, and then we were just living at the lofts together.
It was crammed with artists: Slug Christ, Tracy, me, Cortex, Peep.
They really said we need to get your interview. We don't give a fuck if you're lifting to volume 5, sir. He's really in there getting his hair bleached. Okay, sir.
Nadar, Horsehead, all crammed into one spot. And, just creating music, man. Creating history.
I forget what's off the table.
You gotta get down there.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. That's worth a lot of money in 1950.
That's worth $10.
You can't really spend that all in one place.
10 bands. Talking the tip.
All right. I'm gonna talk into the
Talk about Hellboy.
Talk about Hellboy?
Yeah, real quick.
A brief moment.
This will drop before then.
All right, I got Kanye on there.
Mm-hmm. That's easy.
Yeah.
Dude, it was there'd be there was a couch thing. There was this big ass couch thing, and 3 people would sleep on the couch. And then people would just pass out in chairs. It was some crazy shit.
And it was, it was just a big warehouse, basically. No one had any rooms, Gus's shit was all in one corner, and Ed's shit was all in one corner. Tracy had all his shit, in one corner. When I say debauchery, I mean debauchery in the funnest sense of the word. It was just a party. And then you go outside and it's just Skid Row, the purest form of Skid Row, just smells like human shit and human piss. And there's just tents everywhere.
He liked living there, but it was definitely really hard for him because it was there's just one bathroom. A whole bunch of people, and the floors were sticky as shit because of the night before.
It definitely is the new punk, and hip hop has been the new punk ever since the 80s. Because it had moved away from rock, and punk isn't a type of music, it's an aesthetic, it's an energy, it's an attitude. Everything's kind of being homogenized to be rooted in current trap trends, you know? But then we have what Peep was doing kind of interlaced between this new trap, melodic trap.
I apparently got a Wikipedia page. I was looking at my Wikipedia page. The genres was like alternative rock, like R&B, hip hop, trap, emo, pop punk. So they don't really know what to call it, you know what I mean?
People don't realize actually how hard it is to take an established style of music or styles of music and combine them together and make them be something new. And that's what the greatest stars of the world did. You know, you can talk about Prince, for example, and if he's taking from the Beatles and Jimi Hendrix and Parliament and Funkadelic and others and mixing it together and it becomes Prince. It's like Lil Peep was a guy who was fascinating to me because he was basically doing the same thing. If he was taking Green Day and My Chemical Romance and his favorite trap and hip hop music and marrying those styles to create something new, you got to kind of be a genius to be able to do that kind of stuff and make it work. And he
Which is such a good point, because I feel like especially in hip hop, and like I think that's why Lil Peep wasn't really put into a box from everything that I've seen thus far. I think it really is very difficult to do, because look at like mainstream rap. Like, sure, you have a bunch of different artists underneath that branch, but at the end of the day, like, what are many of them doing differently than each other? They're not. Aside from maybe having, you know, quite literally just a different voice because they're different people. That's really all that differentiates a lot of mainstream rap these days, you know? And it's just like, that's why I think people like Peep, Juice, X had such cult followings, because they took a lot from the people they respected, but they also added their own level of creativity. And it's just something that does not happen anymore. And like, I think it's, I don't know. I think especially in the time frame that they existed in and were as popular as they were, it's a time where, like, aside from like the OGs, you know, is like music these days is different. And it's really hard to do something that moves people in a way that they were all able to, because everything's been done already. You know what I mean? And like, I feel like they were all true creative souls, especially Lil Peep, and I don't know. It's definitely interesting. I'm gonna have to do like a designated like Peep music video for sure, like reacting to his songs.
I mean, I've met people I've thought were amazing, and I've had instincts where I'm like, you're a star, but this was like something much deeper. And I knew that at the time.
Peep was becoming the new guard of the LA underground scene. It was so clear that he was going to be, you know, the guy on top.
Eventually we Josh Binder and a guy from my office made an agreement with him.
Go meet with Sarah, and Sarah and I hit it off. She's an amazing person, and she's like, look, I want to bring you in. I want to partner with Peep, and I want to bring you in as manager. When he told us about GBC, it's like, that's great, but we're focused on you. And that's kind of, there was also tension between GBC and myself, because my priority was Gus. When he moved, everybody gravitated towards his place. In his place, people would say all the time, this is the new loft. 20% of the time, he might have used this.
I feel like there's a line that managers always use, like, my sole priority was him. Maybe it was. You guys know more than me. But I feel like a lot of times when artists pass away, that's when you see like the true colors of the management and the labels that stood behind them. You know, like I feel like a lot of times it's a money grab, and obviously they see that you can make them a lot of money, and so they sell you a dream. They sell you like, oh, like I am only looking out for you. I only want what's best for you. But at the end of the day, like they're looking out for what's best for their pockets, you know? And that's not to attack this man. Maybe he was a great manager. You guys will have to let me know. But like every time I hear things like that, I kind of have to give like a gentle side eye, because I feel like obviously there are some artists that have great managers and family friends and people that really do care about them first. But I feel like a lot of times that's not the case. It's the case when it's convenient for them.
It was like always like I'd go in like Tracy, Khan, Horsehead. Everybody was like, I'd go into his room looking for him, and I was like, who the fuck is this? Like, it's just some random dude.
He called me like the next day, like, yo, put another sample over that. Find another 3 Days Grace song. And I was like, really? Okay. And I did it. I found a cool one, and then I brought it to him. I was in a room laying on the like futon, a little futon I had in there like this, and they're recording. I'm like sick, having anxiety attack because I've been up so long, and like we're just doing too much. I'm like thinking in my head, like I'm going so hard, making so many beats, and all of a sudden I hear switchblades. Cocaine. I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
Cocaine all night long. When I die, bury me with all my ice on. When I die, bury me with all my ice on. When I die, bury me with all the lights on. Lights on, night lights. Clothes on, baby, I got good wine. When I die, bury me with all my ice on. When I die, bury me with all the lights on. Lights on, night lights. Clothes on, baby, I got good wine.
When I heard that shit, I was blown away by that. I was like, damn, this white dude go hard, you know what I'm saying? So I started doing research on him. I was like, where's he from? You know, just trying to find out some shit about him, man, you know what I'm saying? I was just happy to see that somebody actually stepped up to the plate and was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do my shit like this.
Got boy click me all shame. Black fur, black gold. Got boy click in the back row. Switchblades, cocaine. Got boy quick to my soul's head. Black jeans, have black clothes. Got boy click in the castle. It's forever.
Now you gotta get a picture doing the same picture next to us.
I'm saying I like this. If you don't American reject, you'll hate to love.
Do you think a lot of people used to doubt you?
I used to doubt myself, and now I don't anymore.
Dude, I don't think anybody realized like what was happening while it was happening. You know, and that's why like now I try to put the timeline on everything that happened, and this shit is a blur to me.
All those experiences, dude. No, it's it. That 2,500 people at the first show.
Like watching him sell out 3,000 people in Russia with no radio record ever, never being there before. 3,000 kids singing every single fucking word. Headliner, no support, none of that shit. Like, insane.
Sold out. London, sold.
That honestly has to be so hard to do, especially like a place like Russia, you know? Like, obviously I understand like countries all over like really enjoy American music, but like I feel like that's a good amount of people. 3,000 people in Russia, and like they said, like no headliners, no support. Like that is impressive, because there's people here in the States, you know, who struggle to to sell out here, you know, where their music is so mainstream. So to have like people from all over the world coming to see you, the language barrier, like all of it, that's pretty dope.
Belgium, sold out Russia, sold out Berlin, sold out your mom.
cash out. I get on the stage and rap till I pass out. Hit another city, I'm just grooving. I was trying to tell you I was losing. I was gonna tell you I'm improving. I done called a vibe, she was choosing. Gotta keep my pride, I'm a general. Gotta keep it real with some criminals. Gotta keep my focus on phenomenal.
We get off the plane and totally did not expect there was just like hundreds of fans waiting for him. I don't know how they knew what flight, I don't know how they knew where to find us, but they were there with signs and gifts, and there was crying and there was screaming, and I was like, Chase, is this normal? Like, is this gonna happen a lot? And like, he's like, yeah, probably. And to be honest, it did. Everywhere we went in Russia, it became a spectacle.
Stacks hit inside the mattress. Racks hit inside the mattress. Packs hit inside the mattress. Gangs hit inside the mattress. Work getting through traffic. I'm getting better, I'm in practice. I'm working every day crafting. I'm cool on her, I done had her. Bounce back with a million. Hit her honor like Gilligan. Not just a regular civilian. I rap on the squad, I'm a champion. Remember we hit up the highway, we got us a stash spot. Remember as soon as we touch
we love Lil Peep. We love his music. We stay here for 10 hours. With 10 hours, he stayed here. We love very much
this music and my friend's site, and I really enjoyed it. It's really interesting, and I don't know. When I listen to this music, I'm really enjoy it. I want to paint. I want to do something, and it's really cool. His music is really cool.
Kill it! Kill it! Just play it! No, kill it, because we're gonna play this.
Cheers! Охуенно.
I'm a hold
Я не мог.
He's on Xanax. Don't want him to die.
Охуенно.
It's not. I don't know if you guys know, but you shouldn't make Xanax or alcohol.
It was funny because like kids from Kazakhstan and like territories that like I would have never imagined came really far away to come to that show. And like that was really like kind of eye-opening to me that he was more than just like a guy that's big in Russia, like, you know what I mean? Like when kids are taking these long-ass bus rides to come in and see this show, I think that speaks volumes of like where he was already at that point of his career.
He's the biggest fan.
He's so fun. A lot.
We had some checks. You're excited?
Drop all the stuff, do a quick check.
I see face when I look out the window. Yeah. I think about her every time I step up. Yeah. If you love me, you're gonna flip flop.
It's crazy, but it's not crazy how he sounds the exact same live. Like, I feel like that shouldn't be a flex for a musician, but it is, especially in today's day and age where you hear people live and they just sound absolutely horrendous. But I feel like it also is kind of how he started becoming so popular, you know, like doing those small shows live, you know, at the beginning of the documentary, and like we saw him starting like that. Like, so I guess his music has always kind of had that sound, and it was always very raw and authentic, but like I always think it's a flex when an artist sounds exactly the same live, if not better.
I'm dying all baby, I'm bitch now. Yeah, bitch now. I'm dying all baby, I'm bitch now. Alright, let's do one more. Yeah, we got some.
I put some cocaine in my already bleeding nostril.
Do you have to shit?
Yeah, this coke's gonna make me
Oh,
really
you're gonna have
shit.
to deuce, man. You're gonna have to deuce, man.
It's gonna be a shit show tonight.
That fucking Indian food's already bleeding out of me, dude.
Indian food and cocaine. Shit fast.
Curry. Cocaine.
Curry. Cigarettes make you shit, dude. You should smoke a whole
My hair is dead as fuck, bro. It's fucking dead.
It feels so fucked.
It is. It's like strong.
It's gonna all fall out.
Dude, it is falling out.
Maybe you should just condition it once.
Switch blades.
I do.
shit. Everybody say God boy click. God boy click. God boy click. Yeah.
He believed in equality. In a way, I think that he maybe struggled with the idea that all things aren't equal, that you, even just with the concept that you have to rise above, means all things aren't equal. You can't be equal with your friends. That's why he'd give away a lot of things and allow people to share, to live in his house and allow people to share all his stuff and give away his money, because he believed in that concept.
Which I do think would have to be so hard. Like, because whether you let the fame change you or not, there becomes a different hierarchy whether you want it to happen or not, where you are now at a level of fame that is greater than your peers. And I think, you know, obviously there are a lot of people that lose themselves to that get, you know, money changes them. But at the same time, like, I also, like, in so many ways, I don't want to say I understand, but, like, I feel like none of us could really say what we would do if we made X amount of money, because we haven't. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like nobody can really say how they would act until you actually experience it. And I think that, you know, the fact that he was so willing and wanting to share his experiences with everyone, it just shows how to himself he remained true, you know, and how in his mind and in his heart, like, sure, like, he was famous, but I don't think he ever felt like he was above anyone else. And, like, I don't know, you can just see it in, like, how genuine his personality is, and especially the way his grandpa speaks to him and speaks about him.
He was anxious about not being able to be enough for everyone, and that everybody just wanted so much from him. This apartment is because of him. He paid my rent in August, and I didn't ask, but he knew my money was bad, and it was the day he bought that triple pendant diamond chain.
Everyone was experiencing it for the first time. They didn't understand how anything worked. They thought that Peep had this endless supply of money, and he has this credit card and he can use it whenever. And I don't think Peep understood how it worked either. Like, I don't think Peep was conscious of the fact that what he's spending he had to make back, you know? But, like, no one was, because everyone was learning for the first time. Everyone was so young, and, like, this is not a good situation of all these kids being dependent on him like this. Like, this is gonna end up bad.
This is the grandson of someone that was part of leftist causes around the fucking world. His grandfather fucking has the Medal of fucking Freedom from the fucking the Mexico City Workers Union. Like, he went there and became one of them, and it's almost kind of like what Pete did. He came here and became one of the kids.
He had very big plans. You know, he said he wanted to take capitalism out of the music industry. Not just revolutionize music as it sounds, but make a revolution, like change the structure of the power structure of who was controlling it. He was so excited by that. But I do think that he was kind of wrestling with the materialism of the entertainment business, I guess you could call it. He came home in August, you know, saying, oh, you know, and capitalism, and it's just awful. And look at how they make these decisions about me and the way I look, and it's just all wrong. And I just, you know, I gotta be, these are my bros and my brothers, and I just wanna just make music, and we all help each other, and it's a collective, mama. It kind of was tied to, you know, a sense of justice that he has.
The guilt of having more charisma, more talent, more, you know, everything.
Fuck I do that? Who's that with you in the room? Why the fuck do you do that? Tell me why the fuck do you do that? Girl, you know that I'ma die real soon. Why the fuck do you do that? Tell me why the fuck do you do that? Give me a break from all this bullshit. Give me a break from all this bullshit. Give me a break from all this bullshit. She just want me for the culture, damn. Give me a break from all this bullshit. Give me a break from all this bullshit. Give me a break from all this bullshit. She just want me for the culture. Give me a break from all this bullshit. Give me a break from all this bullshit. Give me a break from all this bullshit. Give me a break. Give me a break.
Dear Gus, believe me, I know things about boys your mother cannot know. She's learned it now from Oscar and you. But I already know it, having lived through it and learned it from Alfred. I can tell you, I see pure gold in you. It's not just success. Actually, it's not success at all. It's the good we do, the good you can do, the good I believe you will do, the good you don't understand now, can't see now, but will see better and better as you get older. There's tremendous strength in this kind of work, the kind that moves mountains. It's a strength that comes purely from a deep, special kind of yearning, a yearning for making things right, a yearning for justice. I'm sorry about your bike being stolen. Let's just say without planning to do it, we gave it for Christmas to a poor kid. But while I'm in this world, you're not going to go without a real Christmas present. Even if it's not the same kind of little bike, we'll get you some wheels. Only remember, the best presents aren't things, material things, but qualities, experiences we cannot lose. You, your mom, and Oscar and Alfred coming to see me at Christmas was by far the best present I could have. I can't lose it. It's in a better place even than my memory. It's in the memory of my heart. Is there any particular Johnny Cash CD you'd like? I hope you stay warm and well, study hard, be good. Hasta febrero. Love, your Grandpa Packak.
His grandpa, oh my gosh, every time that man talks, it just makes you want to cry, just out of like the pure love and genuine relationship they had. And like, I don't know, sometimes there's nothing like words of wisdom from people who have experienced more, but every single thing that man says, I'm like holding on to, because It is just so pure.
I think there were two people. There was Gus and there was Lil Peep. And I think a lot of us have that kind of duality, but with him, it happened to have a name. And I think his nature, one side, he would be the kid who was like, I want a sanctuary, I don't want to party, I want to hang out and just be chill. And who was completely sweet and, just like an amazing human being. And then you have this other person that's way more flamboyant, way more reckless. It was like this daredevil that he would go harder than anybody else. Everyone was.
Which I think is necessary, especially when you're famous, to have, like, everyone refers to it as like your alter ego, but I think you do need something that separates that life from your life. And I think multiple things can be true at the same time. You can be authentic on stage and authentic in your real life, and those two people are the same but look different. And I think, like, the little daredevil side of him was like that little kid that just, maybe not even a little kid, I think maybe his wanting to be secluded and having peace and sanctuary was the little kid in him, just wanting peace in his life and just wanting to be accepted and just, in his own mind. And like the daredevil side of him was that release, that freedom, that ability to be whoever he wanted to be without judgment, without fear, without any kind of, connotations to it. He could just be who he wanted to be. And I think that's like a beautiful thing. And I think that's what music and artistry is about, unleashing those parts of yourself. And I think that's why a lot of people struggle, because you don't have that outlet necessarily,
Doing blow or pills, he was going to blow everybody. He went hard.
Get that bottle, grab that bottle, grab that bottle. What bottle? The Hennessy bottle.
The fam is back. The fam is back. Money Posse GBC, baby. We out here, boys. Let's go.
Dude, once you become successful, I mean, no matter like what field it's in, but I mean, especially music, it's what do you want and how much of it do you want? Because I can have it here right now. And if you are the star of the party, all anybody wants to do is give you what you want. You can have as much of whatever. You like girls, here you go. You like blow, here you go. You like alcohol, here you go.
Everyone wanted to feed him drugs, and they wanted him to like him, and like, oh, like you're gonna feel so good, whatever. I saw people offering him drugs all day and night.
But like it would slow down, and that's why it would be difficult, because like I would tell Chase, okay, yeah, he does drugs. But then Chase would come and be like, okay, yeah, like you have a problem, like you're an addict, you're this, you're that, like Layla's telling me that you're doing drugs. And he's like, okay, well I can stop, I don't have to do drugs. And then like a week would go by and he wouldn't do drugs. Like he really could stop and he wouldn't do them, but like when he did do them, it would sometimes would be excessive.
Mike is on the bed.
Get the fuck out.
Okay, loves, we're gonna leave it at that. We're at 35 minutes, and that leaves us with about 50 minutes left. So I'll put the last 50 minutes in all of part 3. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for engagement. Let me know your thoughts down below, any recommendations you may have. As always, my DMs, Snapchat, all of that is always open for you guys to message me if you want more of a one-on-one response, because comments, I just, you know, I respond to as many of them as I can, but sometimes, you know, a few days go by and I just end up just never responding to them. So sorry guys. Messaging me directly is probably the quickest way to get a response specifically from me. But yeah, that's all I've got for you guys. Like always, I already told you to like, comment, and subscribe. Just kidding. I love you guys, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.